All right, here we are, back at this farming simulator. So yeah, I think I just broke my phone too. It will not charge from the port. Now, I have, the other types of chargers. I need a new phone. It sucks too because this phone was working great last week, and then the battery was going bad. Right? It's a 12. It's an old phone. So I've got a new battery, and they go to put the battery in, and then as I'm putting it in, and I've done this a bunch of times. This is the first time I've done this though. I go to put the battery in. I've changed, I don't know how many batteries in these phones. I was a little too rough, and I broke the screen. Okay, so it happens. All right, it happens to the best of us. Well, so I get a new screen. I get the battery in. I'm taking the screen off, and I break the ribbon connection to the sensor and the speaker. So now I can't make phone calls on it. So I buy a new one of those. These parts aren't that expensive. It's not that big a deal, but it's just a pain. And the screens that you get off of Amazon are not that great. They're not like the original totally anymore. They used to be. I don't know what happened, but the last two screens I've got off of Amazon have kind of been junk. I read the reviews, I like to do this stuff myself. I don't like to send it in, but maybe I should. I don't know. Anyways, so now I'm sitting here trying to get these pictures so that I can show the trailer updates. And I am plugging it in, and I don't ever use my charging port on the bottom because I just have a pad that I sit it on, so I hardly ever plug it in, right? So I put, I'd use the wireless charging. So the charging port at the bottom, it gets filled up with stuff from my pocket, like lint and stuff. So I'm cleaning it out like the same way I've always have. And I'm doing this stuff the same way I always have, and I haven't had a problem. And so I'm cleaning it out with like a little twisty wire thing. And I don't know what I did to it, but I broke it. So I either need a new charging port, which maybe I'll order one because I haven't changed the speaker yet, so I have to get back in there anyways. But yeah, now it won't plug in at all. So what I did was I airdropped the pictures to my computer from my phone. So I'm going to have to download all the pictures too. And I think I'm just going to go buy a new phone. It is what it is. I mean, I'll use this one as a camera, because I can still charge it wirelessly. And the screen is like, it works pretty good most of the time. But if I'm in my car charger, I have like a phone mount in my car that also wirelessly charges. So it holds it, and it charges through the wireless thing. It doesn't charge through the port. It's the induction charge. So, but the problem is like, since I got the new screen, it sits there and it kind of bounces just a little bit, right? Like they're not totally sturdy. It's plastic or whatever. So it sits there and bounces a little bit when you're driving. You hit a bump and it bounces. The new screen will it thinks you're touching it while it's bouncing. Now, there's a little ribbon cable in here that's supposed to plug into the speaker and the sensor that senses your face, and it's not plugged into anything. So it's possible that it's in there. I wrapped some black tape around it, but it's possible that it's in there shorting out while it's doing that. It might not be the screen. But the last screen I replaced did similar things where it thinks you're touching it, but you're not. And I don't know what happened. Like, man, this is why we need to just make stuff in America again. I want to be able to fix my stuff myself, and I want to buy American-made parts. It's going to be expensive as hell. But that's what I want. Anyways, so what I did is I made a little slideshow here. Okay, it finished. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to come over here and find it. And then I'm going to drop it in and we're gonna watch a slideshow. If anybody's still watching, or if anybody ever watched, nobody ever watches this, but if you do, then you're the one. So let's open OBS, let's switch to this thing, and we're just going to drop it right in here. And then the other thing too that's weird is that the files that my phone is making are not, they're not compatible with OBS anymore. Just the pictures, because I just make the pictures, I put them on my computer, airdrop them over, and then I go to drop them into OBS, and they won't go in. I don't know why. It's like some HEIC file. I don't know why Apple does this stuff. JPEG. You know what I mean? Like, let's just make a JPEG. Okay, well, now we're doing the live pictures, right? That's what they call it, I think. And all that is they just it's a movie, Okay, well, if it's a little movie, and then your software just picks out the best, clearest picture. Like, that's great. That's a great idea, really, because you can go through and pick what picture is best. If somebody blinks, maybe they didn't blink a split second before that, and you can pick that picture. Okay, so let's just put it on an MP4 file. Why not? All the software can use that. Anyways, that's my rant over. So what I did this week, I don't know how much of this I got to show last week or what, but was I got a lot of the finishing done. So I don't remember when we finished painting it, but it is mostly painted, I'll say. There are some parts that still need help, but it's just little parts. Like, most of the bottom box is painted inside and out. Most of the top box is painted inside and out. I think I did that on Sunday last week, so I wouldn't have updated on here. So right here, this is the back decking. Basically the bikes are going to go here. The air suspension is right below this board all the way on the right. The bikes are going to sit in here. And so what I did here is I used this wood from the original trailer. And I just orientated it in a way that it would work for now, because this back area is going to get redesigned when I get my actual e-bikes. Because basically this trailer was going to be built in 2 phases. Phase 1 was going to be to get the bathroom on it. And then I'm going to save some more money, and it probably won't be this year, but probably next year I'll have the e-bikes. This year we're just going to keep rolling with our regular pedal bikes, and by next year. So when I get the e-bikes, I'll figure out how I'm going to mount them. And right now what I'm going to do is just use a regular bike rack. And if you followed along, you'll know underneath this board is like it's not a hitch, but it's similar. It's like a sleeve that you would use to go from a 2.5-inch hitch to a 2-inch hitch, but it's strong enough that it will hold a bike rack. So I'm going to stick a bike rack in there, or is it a bike rack? I guess it is. That just holds bikes, right? Anyway, so that's what all that is. So I didn't put the front board on it because I still need to run wires through there, and it will just give me some access. But I wanted to get as much done as I could. I'm trying to finish this trailer this weekend, like today and tomorrow. So it's going to be a haul. I have a bunch of new parts on it that came in yesterday and Thursday, and I'm just going to run until I can't. If you look in the very bottom, you'll see that stabilizer there. I painted those black. I did like a black and gray color scheme, kind of like everything. I'm trying to keep everything like black and gray. I even thought about painting that air compressor up there at the top there. It's silver or chrome or whatever. I thought about painting that black too, but I'm probably just going to leave it black or silver or whatever. But so basically, yeah, so there's that. There's the boards. There's another picture of the boards. So, I did use black carriage bolts. So that's all right. And And this just went in whatever order because I just barely put this together like 5 minutes ago to try to get this up. I need to get on my video game though here too. So this right here, it might be kind of hard to tell, but the tongue of the trailer is at the very front up there, right at the top of this picture. Okay. That's where the ball goes, right? This right here, this thing that right above my finger is a air cylinder that I'm going to try to use as a tongue jack, okay? Now that black switch thing, black and red switch thing, that will actuate it up and down, right? And then I have this pin right here that's next to it that's attaching it. That pin pulls out and the whole thing will rotate, and then it has a foot on it that goes down and lifts the whole trailer. Now the problem with that is I tested it and it worked. But what I didn't realize when I tested it, because it was kind of crazy, because basically I didn't have the switch hooked up or it plumbed or anything. I just had like a blower on my air compressor, and I just shoved it in the hole, and I was pushing it with my, hand, and it was leaking a lot, and it wasn't steady or stable. It was chaotic, and I was just trying not to crush myself with the trailer because I'm like just lifting, this probably 800-pound thing or 500-pound thing or whatever up and down, So what I didn't realize when all that was happening is I actually bent the frame right there. You can see a little bend in the top. I think that was already there, honestly. But anyway, so I painted the thing, and then I go put the tongue jack back on like I was doing somewhat of a final assembly, and it was jacked up. Basically, it was bent. All of a sudden, the tongue jack where it was kind of straight now was like crooked. So I'm like, well, I must have bent it. And then I started like pulling on it and stuff, and like I could see the whole thing flexing, and I'm like, well, this isn't gonna work. So I just ground off some of the paint there, and I got some of that the angle iron that came with the trailer. It's really thick, and they were using that as the sides, and I welded it in, and now it's really strong. So I can't flex the frame anymore by pulling on that. And like I realize that's a big old long lever there, right? But the thing is that the goal I'm trying to accomplish here is that thing will be tied to the airbags. So eventually I'll just hit a button on a keypad, on a fob, and the whole trailer will just drop by itself. And then I'll hit another button later, and the whole trailer will lift back to tow height, right? Well, in order to do that, the front of the trailer needs to be on some sort of air system as well. I can't just have a tongue jack there that I got to go crank down, or else it kind of defeats the whole point of having an automatic drop system. And all of this is just like a complete waste of time and money, really, when you think about it. There's probably so many better ways that I could have done this, but just to add in the cool factor, you know what I mean? Like that's what does it. Like actually, the better way wouldn't be a button. It's going to be the way that it's going to be when I first start, which is a manual crank regulator that will drop everything. That's how it's going to be until I get some more time. But yeah. So for now, that's what I'm going to do. And then there's going to be no electronics or button or anything hooked up to it for now, but I'll get there. But yeah, so that's what all this is. And the other thing too is that, and I might still change this, but I could mount this in the middle of the tongue near the ball. Now, the reason I didn't is because this isn't a super high trailer, and it is going to be going camping. And so I don't know what kind of trails and stuff I'm going to be taking it on, and I don't really want it scraping. You know what I mean? If I go drive through, that's the reason I went with this system rather than just mounting it in the middle, and then just hard mounting it, right? I don't know why I have no breath today. I think I'm getting sick. But anyways, so the other thing about this is I still need a return spring to pull it back up. But there's that. So yeah, so that's why that middle piece isn't painted. And I'm just going to wait until I'm totally done with the thing and then paint all the rest of the stuff. So Here's another picture of that, a little bit different of an angle. And I did design and 3D print that mount for that switch there. It's on this stream somewhere, so if you look back, you'll be able to find it. This is a picture of the flooring. So the floor went in pretty well. What I did was I went through and the place where the toilet sits, it had to sit up a little bit so that I had room for the flange, because the black tank is right underneath that floor. It's about an inch or two underneath it, probably 2 inches. So I needed a little more room, so I had to lift up that flange. And in order to do that, I just created some steel framing there, and so that flange is actually solid mounted to the frame of the trailer there. It's really solid, so I don't have an issue there, but I did have to go through and put in some like expanding foam. That's what that kind of like shmoo is over there. You know, you can kind of see there, you know, that yellow stuff all over it. That's what that is. And all of that will be hidden. And then I went through and I got some of those floor tiles and just cut them a little bit to cover the hole and just screwed them right into there. So once the toilet goes over that and then I caulk around it, it's going to look pretty good. And I'm going to put caulking around all of the sides here on this picture too. And then, you know, that kind of shows the inside of the trailer as well. The inside of the bathroom there is painted. I just painted it all. I might eventually put wall panels on it, but I'm kind of leaning towards just not worrying about it. You know, it's just a bathroom. I don't know that it needs to be that nice, that it just needs to like feel nice enough that you won't just want to go in there and take a leak. You don't need it to be like, you know, super nice. I think that's one of the issues that I have with modern RV manufacturing, is that they try to make these units nice, which I'm sure is great for everybody else. But for me, like, I'm just going to the dirtiest places in the world. Like, I'm just going to the dirt. You know, I mean, I just need like something to work, really. And so my RVs going forward, unless it's the retirement rig that I'm living in, if I'm living in it, totally different story. But my weekend trips, my year, you know, my week-long trips, I don't need it. I don't need the wall panel, especially in this. It doesn't need to be insulated. Like, yeah. So anyways, so that's what the floor ended up looking like. And then you can also see some of the plumbing for the air cylinders inside of that box, you know, that help lift. See, and there's some more of the plumbing. So I'm just going to keep my airlines right there on the edge of the wall. I'm not going to like, you know, I could have put them back through the floor and gone underneath the trailer if I wanted to, but I decided not to. The next picture is going to be a better version of this, so we'll just let it play until it gets to there. Okay, so here we go. So this is underneath the back deck boards there, and this is what I ended up with for my airline going from to my airbags. So I just, you know, I 3D printed those little airline mounts. The actual part that's holding the airline to the metal, and those worked out really well, so I was happy with that. I just printed them in a TPU, and I think they're going to be good. My plan is to tow this thing to work as long as I can. I'll tow it to work every day, and I'll check it every day to make sure no welds broke, make sure no issues with the air system, any of that. So, but there's that. Which I was happy with that. It's nice and clean. You know, I don't think I'm going to have any issues with anything rubbing anywhere. I ran the airline up this pole here, or this, you know, thing, and that's how that worked out. I'm going to be changing that because there's actually another airline that runs next to it. So this weekend sometime I'm going to make a double clamp. So, and then this T here is a little crooked, but I'm going to roll with it. And then this is the regulator that's going to regulate all of the stuff. It's going to regulate all of the airbags, or the airbags, and the front tongue jack. And then what I did was I got this little T here from Lowe's, and so that I can just put in that little air fitting there, so I can hook up an air hose to it to pump up tires if I want. Or I don't know if this thing would have enough air to run like a an air gun, but maybe I could use it to take off tires if I need to or whatever. There's still a little bit to do on this. Oh, and there's another picture of that brace. I put it in there. There's still a little bit to do on the air compressor. I need to plumb the intake filter into the box. There's another picture of the airbag, sort of the airline setup going to the airbags. And I just dumped all my pictures in, so a lot of this is going to be redundant. But, this is how it's all turning out. And, I mean, if you go back on this playlist, you'll see different things. That's an underlayment for the floor. And I just had that left over from another project. And I just bought one box of laminate floor. So this is kind of what the box looks like when it's put up. So it's in the up position. I got it all painted gray in there. It's just, it's going to work. And then that's after I put the floor in. But you see there's like that, the hole for, yeah. So this is the stabilizers. And they got painted black. Here, I'll be right back. All right. All right. Sorry about that. I think I got it. It reset here. So yeah, I just painted those black. I had to cut those. And I didn't do a great job of painting the stabilizers either. I just sprayed them like that. So when they're in the down position, there is some places that aren't painted. I'll probably pull the things out and paint them too. It is what it is. I'm in a hurry. Okay, there's the door handles. That's how that turned out. I didn't do the best job welding this on, so it's not exactly straight, but it's all right. It sort of looks straight in this picture, but it's kind of not. You see that top one there? It kind of goes off in a weird direction. Whatever. It is what it is. It's homemade. I'm not that good at this stuff. So there's kind of the box put up, and painted. So, and the back kind of all painted. So I mean, it's coming along. I need to get new tires and wheels. This is all of those stabilizers. So they're all cut up, and basically, I had to like section them all. I think I took 1.5 inches out of all of them, so that when the thing's on the ground, because it's lower than these stabilizers were. This is the mount for the cylinders inside of the box. I just took some of that channel and just welded it onto an existing sort of framing that I had there. This framing held all of the lever system that was giving me so much crap. Then there's the cylinder in there. That's how it's mounted basically. And this worked out a lot better than the other stuff that I was doing. So I was pretty happy with that. And I don't even know if I need there's like a bearing system that I was using for that. I think I can cut it off now. So, which is nice. All right, let's see if we can remember how to play this farming game. So yeah, I mean, it's coming along. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it done this weekend, but I want to. I need to, because I'm supposed to be going in like 2 or 3 weeks. And I need to decide whether I'm taking this trailer or the other one. Because if I'm taking the other one, it needs work too. So, I mean, it doesn't need a lot probably, but the carburetor on the generator, it needs a new one of those, or I need to figure out a way to rebuild it. Little things. They're just a bunch of little things. And that's kind of why I wanted to build this too, is because that trailer is so heavy that like when my truck breaks, like I could tow this thing with my Tahoe. But my Tahoe can't tow my toy hauler because it's just too heavy. So, yeah, if my truck breaks, which is broken right now. I mean, I've spent so much money and time and put into that thing, and then it's just broken again. So I need to really spend some time on it, which is going to be the plan for this week. So I need to get this trailer done this weekend, maybe by Monday. All I have left to do is the lights, which they aren't totally necessary. I mean, obviously the trailer lights are, but lights inside the toilet aren't necessary. A battery, the solar, that's really the hard stuff. I'm pretty much done with the plumbing on the air system. There's just a few more like T-fittings that need to go in, which I had to buy some more. So once those are in, the T-fittings and the regulator for the box air system, which I had those, I had to buy them, so they came in yesterday, but I haven't put them on yet. That's what I'll do today. And then I needed another fitting for the tongue jack, which I think it's supposed to be coming today. So basically, trailer lights inside the box, I got those yesterday, so that will all go in. Wiring, I need to still buy a battery, but I might just use the 2 batteries off of my wagon for now, and then I'll buy one, because I need to research which one to get. Like, I could get a cheap one off Amazon, but I don't know if those are any good, right? So, I mean, and maybe that's the answer anyways, because this thing is just going to sit. What I'm thinking about doing is putting it on the side, the side of my yard next to my garage. Like, if I store it there, then it will be in the sun. And what I can do is just run an extension cord into the garage. So I can actually use solar power from it in my garage for different things. And then I won't be paying for it. You know what I mean? Like to run grinders and stuff like that. Or whatever, run lights out there while I'm doing different things. Just like, start to, because I've had this idea for a long time, whereas instead of putting like a big solar system on your house, what if you just put a bunch of little solar systems kind of all over, like, so this studio, there's like a lot of electricity running right now, to do all this, like a camera, soundboard, this laptop, whatever, right? The TV, the PlayStation, all of this could be ran off of a solar system, the battery system, that would charge all day, and then I only need it for 2 hours or whatever. Well, now I'm not paying the electric company, right? And if I just start like picking off at it a little at a time, maybe eventually it would pay for itself. Well, think about your trailer, right? You put solar panels on your camp trailer, and then they just sit there. Like, that's power that I could be using that I'm not, right? So, but anyways, the other part of that would be good is it would force me to maintain the thing. It's like if I go out there and try to use my solar and it's not working, I might go out there and fix it, and it would stay fixed. Whereas, with my trailer, it breaks while it sits there. And then I go to use it, and I'm like, crap, this thing's broken. I don't have time to fix it because I'm trying to get ready to go camping. And you see what I mean? It's like then I have to fix it to go camping. And this is the problem of my camping situation is then I'm too tired when I get to camping. I don't have fun. That's why I'm trying to alleviate that with this whole setup. So, all right. So what were we doing last time? No, I don't want to sleep. Okay, what happened over here? Still growing. Needs lime and rolling. I thought we figured out how to lime. Why isn't it lime working? Okay, so what do we got? We got that. What is this thing doing? Is this thing done? Was this I think this was the contract. But it got done. So this is a spreader that we spreaded lime in, but it didn't work because this thing still says it needs lime 50% fertilized and growing. AI worker G. What was AI worker G on? Oh, because I hired him on this on accident. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the whole lime situation. Okay, so I'm at 53K. It looks like because we did some. Oh yeah, that's what happened. So, and I think I might have finished these off camera here. We finished some of those contracts that we were doing last time. There was the one that I rented the equipment, and it ended up being like 38K. That one turned out well, but it was like a pain in the ass because I had to like keep going back and forth to the thing. So the AI for the semi-truck didn't really work out, or I didn't know how to use it right or what, but I could get it to like drive back and forth, but I couldn't really just like put it on a loop, which is what you would want. You would want to just hire a semi-driver that would just drive the thing, right, and drive it back and forth and do the deliveries. Like, why not? Keep pushing X to get out, and I need to push square. Okay, so our fields are still growing then. I don't know how to make them grow faster. It seems like they're just growing really slow. And there's like no money in that. You know what I mean? Because look at this. It's like I need massive fields before I'm even going to get paid. Like, look how small amounts I'm going to get paid for this stuff. Like, I don't know. Yeah, and when it grows. Let's see. So I haven't made any money, it looks like, maybe. Or in December I did. Oh, so in October, November, and December I started making money. In August and September I just spent money. Okay, so what do we have for contracts here? That's it. Only cultivating, huh? So if I rent this equipment, it cuts it by $8.90. if I use my own equipment, it might do it really slowly, right? Weird. It's weird that there's not more contracts. Like, what happened to all the other contracts? Did they don't happen now because of the time of the year? Maybe? Because, like, there was a bunch more. Did I push a button and filter them out? Like, I don't see any filters here. So I guess we'll just go do these. What happens if I cancel it? Does it go back down into here? No, it just says failed. Yeah, see, it's not in here either. Because I pushed the wrong button. I wanted to borrow the items. We'll just borrow these items. Okay, so we'll go do this one then. Wait, so where's that contract at now? I thought I borrowed the items, but no, the contract isn't in there anymore. Right? Like, what am I missing here? So if I go up to here, okay, so the things came, but I don't know what field that thing was on. Like, do I need to reload? Oh, maybe it will be on my map. There's no thing flashing. It's not letting me get in the least items either. Okay, which one of these vehicles? Yeah, it's not here. There's no leased vehicles here. The crap game. What if I pushed the wrong button and deleted it or something? Well, I can't do any of these contracts either. They're all like no money. I guess I could do this one and use my own equipment. Okay. So let's get into this thing and we'll go drive it to that field, I guess. Not gonna make any money off of it though. So is this the part of the year where you just wait? Or do I start, I guess I could start building something? Or buying? Can I buy another piece of land or something like that maybe? I don't know. Because like the hay contract's gone. I mean, my assumption is that in December you can't cut hay for some reason. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's snowing. You know what I mean? Like, seems like it's we're in some sort of warmer climate where that really wouldn't be a big deal. I don't know if I'm going to make any money off this thing if I hire a worker here, but I'm going to do it anyways. Yeah, so I guess that's all I can do, and I screwed up those other two contracts. I don't know how, but because I don't think I canceled that one, but they're just gone. Just disappeared. Okay, so what else could we do? We could maybe look through how to build or something while we wait. What's on sale? What is this thing? Fertilizer spreader. Auger wagons. I guess we could try to get some livestock maybe. Let's see. Construction. So farmland. So what do you do with this? Let's see, where's my area? Okay, so this is all my area. So it's like Can I wonder if I can buy other farms. See, it just all it did was just take me there. If I go to construction, what about landscaping here? Sculpting, painting. So it looks like I can raise or lower. Let's see. Painting. So I can change. Okay. Animal mud, asphalt, dirt, forest ground, grass, gravel. So can I make more farming areas? You know what I mean? Can I like spread my field out like all the way to that path rather than just this square here? I don't know. Let's see. So if I go to or painting, yeah, I don't know. Production. What is production? Factories, greenhouses, generators, animals. So in cows, okay, so I can just like buy like a chicken pen for $6,000. Bees. What do you do with bees? Maybe I can plop this like these bees down here. So what do we got? Beehive. One beehive here. Let's see, could we put in a beehive? Probably don't want to like super close to the house. What about over here? What is this building? I don't even know what this building is. So 4 hives. Beehive elongated. Beehive 10 of them for $12.50. Beehives produce honey. It will be placed at a centralized location, which has to be bought and placed separately. If you place beehives near fields, certain crops will also have a slightly increased yield. So it will help out a little bit. So I got to put a location first, I'm guessing. Okay, so here's my location. It says how much it's going to cost if I just like put it here. Right? So I don't know if I can like put it here. Okay. Only one item allowed per farm. Okay, you can turn it like that. Okay. Okay, so now what beehive should we put? Should we get the 12.5 one? Like what difference? I wonder what difference. Oh, this is 10. Overlaps with object. Well, what if I turn it? No, you can't sit there. I mean, isn't that what this was supposed to be? Well, let me put it there. Overlaps with what object? Well, what do you mean? Like, what was the point of the little area there then? If I can just put it over here. I don't know what the deal is with this thing. I thought that I was supposed to put that down first. I don't know. Okay, so I got some bees. Let's go back to it here. So what does this say? Beehive honey pallet location. Oh. So is that where the honey's gonna go, I guess? I don't know. You know, got to learn all this stuff. Do the beehives create the honey and then it gets palleted up right there? Is that the deal? Do I need to do something with this? Let's see. Range 100 meters. Get honey at pallet location. Okay, so the honey will apparently appear there or something. All right, so what else do we got here? Construction. So let's go. We got sheds, silos, silo extension, container. Okay, so I guess we're storing stuff. Tools for whatever, farmhouses. Sheds, I don't know. I guess you could park your stuff in here. You know, your tractors and stuff, right? But what I was really thinking about was like, is there some way to like extend this farm out? I mean, this field. I don't know, cause like it's like it is never gonna grow. It's been months and months and months. Does it take months to grow this stuff? Okay, what else do we have in here? Let's see, so we have just stuff you can buy. So tractors. We have trailers. This stuff. Packs. You can buy a pack. What is it? Yeah, I don't know. I guess that just groups all the stuff together for that stuff. Let's look at the contract thing again. Do we have any more? Okay, we got one. Cultivating. Okay, so if I push triangle, should borrow the items in field 32. So triangle. The leased machines are waiting for you at the shop. Okay. That's what it said last time, but then it glitched out and they weren't. Okay, so let's go to there we go. Get out of here, we'll get into this thing. Okay, how do we hook up to this thing here? Look at that, it spins in the middle. What do they call that? Steering from the middle. A pivot. Okay, oh nice, it's just right by this thing too. Look at that. Go hire us a worker on this thing, make some 11K right quick. I think I should be driving this big old tractor through this ditch. It'll work, right? Just send it on through there. It just scrapes a little. You know, it's rented. So let's get set up here for the thing. Unfold cultivator here. Just overcorrect a little there. Don't know how to drive. Okay, hire AI worker. Plow all this. So the deal here is that this field is so big that you wouldn't want to really use the other one. See, the other one's almost done already anyways, but that field is so small that it wouldn't make any sense to, you know, do it with this. How did I lose 13 grand? Oh, I guess 12 of it was that beehive, huh? Can you sell honey? I wonder if that beehive's gonna ever pay for itself or what. You know what I mean? All right, so we'll plow that field for that dude, and see if we got any more here. Nope, not really. We have these little ones here. So I guess the only thing that you can do is cultivating. Either that or I've got it on some sort of filter that I don't know about. And that's possible too, I guess. But what I don't get is like this game was about, in the 19, it was a lot more about farming. And it's like this thing has been growing for like months and months. What I don't get is how it's amazing how long they've added to the time that this stuff takes. I mean, because like really, should it be that long? I don't know. Next week is New Game Tuesday, so we'll see what comes out too. And, you know, I should buy the new Call of Duty and maybe start playing that. Like maybe I'll do one day Farm Simulator one day, Call of Duty, something like that. I don't know. What are you doing? Almost done. Let's go check on this dude over here now. I feel like you missed a spot there at the end. You see that area? Can you not? Oh, because there's a tree there. So I guess I needed to do it the other way. So now I'm going to have to come back and redo this again. Who put those trees there? You know, there's always some little place that they don't like always quite get. But whatever. Alright, yeah, because I mean, like, I don't really need this barn here. Like, is there some use for this? Like, I could put a field here. You know? What is the use? What's the point of this thing? Like, I don't have any horses. What's down here? I don't know what I could use this for. Crouch. Why do I need to crouch? Open gate. What's over here? Can I like park stuff in here? Like, I don't know what I would park in here or whatever. Okay, we got a drill press. If we needed it, we can't use it though. Throw object. I don't know why I want to throw things. It looks like there's a map of the place. Some other stuff. Bunch of stuff. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know why I need that. I also don't know why I need this thing over here, and I can't even go into this. Is this even mine, or is this the neighbor's, or what's the point of this? Really, I can't open the door. You know, is it just aesthetic, I guess? This says open help menu. Like, why is this here? So L3. Limited liming. Spread lime every 3 harvests. Gain 15% bonus on yield. The field info will show needs lime. Hint. As soon as the field requires liming. To spread it on your fields, you need a fertilizer spreader that can be filled with lime. Note that not all models. Okay, I know all that. So it must have to be done in between planting. Like, you can't do it over the planting for it to count. Because I did all that and it didn't work. So that's my guess. You know, there's just all these little things. How come I can't go in here? Like, what's in there? I can kind of see in there. Can't really see. This looks like it's a separate room. I can't go in there. What is it? Is this the neighbors? Am I like snooping around in the neighbors area? Let's go to the map and zoom in and see. Because I don't understand. Like, I think this is all my stuff, right? So what even is that? Let's see. Can we like go through? How do we go through there we go. Okay. Soil composition, growth, crop types, hot spots. I can't go through like the buildings or, you know. No. Because, yeah, I could put something else there, I would think. Or if I could sell the thing, can I sell it? Let's see. Let's go to construction. It says buildings. Okay, so it kind of highlights it, right? R3 to select. Decoration, value 0. So it's a decoration. I don't know what this thing is. So basically, it's nothing. It's just a building there. So I could sell it for nothing and do nothing with it. Awesome. All right, what about this thing? Can I sell this thing? And then, like, I don't even know what I don't know if I need this thing or what. Farm barn. Do I need a barn for any reason? I don't know. So I guess I'm just not going to until I know. Same thing with the house. And if you sell the house, can you no longer sleep? 73 grand for that. This thing too. Like, do I ever need this to fix my machines? Because it seems like they can break, right? Eventually. So I'm just going to keep that because you never know. All right. Let's go into production here. What do we have for production? Factories. Okay, so you have a cereal factory. Takes goods and transforms them into different products for 100 grand. Or 110 grand. We have a tailor shop. Takes... Oh, it just says that. So I guess this is where you could make clothes, cereal, oil. And then I'm assuming this is all the stuff that it requires. So I wonder if you make this stuff, will other people deliver goods to it? You know, like will they sell their stuff to it? The other farmers. So we got a dairy, a spinnery, carpentry, bakery. I don't know what a spinnery is. I'm assuming I don't know what that is. Grape processing unit, oil mill. Selling points. Debris. Wait, what was that? Debris crusher. Then I don't know what these numbers are over here. Is that what it makes? A supermarket. So you could buy this stuff. Like we can't afford any of it, but okay. Greenhouses. We put the greenhouse, takes goods and transforms them into different products. Okay. Orchards. Looks like we could plant some trees. Generators. Large solar collector. Small solar collector. So we could put up solar panels and wind energy converter. Oh, and it tells you, so it looks like it makes you money. $984 a month. Right? So this thing would make us $700 a month. This thing would make us $984 a month, I'm assuming. So if we buy this thing and plop it down somewhere, is there a wind? Like, is there going to be a certain place that it's better than others? Like, if I plop it down over here, will it be in the wind? Do I need to put it more out in the open? You know what I mean? Like, go stick it over here next to the road. Should we plop down one of these and see? I mean, eventually it'll pay for itself, right? Okay, it's spinning. Right? Maybe we should do one of these too. Little solar panel somewhere just to get in the way while I'm trying to drive in here. Just put it right next to the road, you know, like a total tool. So when I try to turn in here with a trailer, it just runs into it every time. That's what I should do. I'll go put it by my neighbor's house so they can stare at it, ruin their view. Just aim it right at them like a tool. You know, if they maybe if they have a little bit of a propensity to conspiracy theories, they can think that I'm frying their brain with my. I guess the problem with it there is that if the tractor has to turn around on that field, it becomes an issue. We'll put it over here. There shouldn't be any issue here, right? I can still aim it at the neighbor's house. Okay. There we go. Now I spent a bunch of money I don't have, but I'll just get income for that, right? Sun's going down. Let's see. Let's see where we're at with our contracts here. This one get done, I guess. So let's see. Completed. $800. Don't want to do any of these. They're just kind of, yeah. And that one's going to have to keep going, I guess. So we could probably, might be able to go to sleep, I guess. Not try to play through the night. I don't know. Maybe we could just buy a whole bunch of solar farms and like be solar farmers. How many days or how many months? It's going to take forever for those things to pay for themselves, though, isn't it? Let's see. Sleep. So I probably shouldn't have got them. Whatever. You know, it's income, though. Like you're getting your income up in one way or another. I guess it's just a small amount, though. Okay, we slept in. What is that thing? Is it snowing? There's a billboard over there and it's snowing. Can I sell a billboard? Like that would be nice. What is this one? Transport. Still not growing. Like, I wish it gave you, like, a percentage, you know, of what it was, how it was growing. Where are we at here? Not even halfway. Did we get any contracts overnight? Here's one. Field 72. Might as well take that one, I guess. And we'll send this tractor over to Field 72. It's near it. It's going to take it forever to do that. Look how big that thing is. Oh well. Got nothing better to do. Might as well. Just go crank on it. I mean, I don't know. It looks like, see, there's a little like wrench over here on the right side. You probably can't see. Oh, it's right above my head. See that wrench? So eventually I'm going to have to fix this thing, it looks like. Is this 72? Wait, is this cultivating or harvesting? It says cultivating. So, what was harvested here that didn't get harvested or planted? I mean, it looks like it's not planted. I don't know. Well, I don't know what else to do, cause oh, good, it's snowing. Can I do burnouts? Can I, like, is there a brake on this thing? Okay, yeah, there is a brake. Is there an e-brake? Nope, it's not that. It's not that. So the brake doesn't. Oh, it does work if you hit it, but it doesn't light the lights up. I'm gonna get dizzy doing that. I mean, it's a little slick. It's not like. So I didn't do that. It just kind of did it. I don't know if that's the. Like, it can't peel out though, you know. Maybe we should look at the trucks. What kind of trucks do they got? This is all tractors. Oh, trucks. Oh, we could get actual semi-trucks. Where's like the, oh, cars. What do we got? So we have the side-by-side and 2 pickup trucks. That's it. That's all it's gonna, I know you could download like mods and stuff, but forklifts, which we already have that. Crop protection, slurry tanks, mowers, front loaders. Yeah, I don't know. Last time we were like able to figure out what to do. It's like the winter time is not good here. You know, like there's nothing to do. I don't know what we need to build up money. And like I don't get why or how like I can't make it grow faster. Do I need to fertilize it to 100%? Is that the deal? Like I guess maybe I'll go do that. Where's my fertilizer spreader, or should I do this one? So if I go, does this have fertilizer in it or weed or herbicide? I don't know. Let's see. So if I unload it, how do I unload it? Can I not unload it right now? Or it says it has 70% of something in it, but I don't know what. Because I think I did herbicide last. Oh, here we go. Unload. Okay, so will this tell me what it is? Herbicide. Right. So let's go. I think I had some fertilizer back over here. Liquid fertilizer. Okay, so refill sprayer. So what is on this field here? Oh, it's 0% fertilized. Okay, let's fertilize that till it's 100%, I guess. Just back up here. No, go forward. I hired an AI worker, but it's not doing anything. There's no fertilizer coming out of it. Right? Do you see that? Or is it just like buying the fertilizer as it goes? Like it says it's spraying. Oh, it is. It's buying it as it goes. Because as it sprays, it goes down. Okay, they've completed their task. So let's go see if it says 100% fertilized or what. 50% fertilized. So if I go do it again, will it let me do it again? Or can you only get to 50 with this stuff? Oops. No field found. So it won't go like I'm in the field. How can it say no field found? Or there's no it can't do this. What if I do, let's see, square turn sprayer on. If I just do it, wait, what? If I just do it myself. Okay, I did that half. This field is so small. And it's like it takes so long to freaking grow this stuff. It's not even worth it, you know? Like, I cannot drive this thing. It's not even really worth it to be messing around with it. I don't know, because you don't really get paid that much. It's almost like this version of the game is not for farming, but for doing contracts, or you have to wait till you build up to these bigger farms. But, you know, how many years is it going to take you to do that with these farms when they don't grow? You know, if it takes 20 hours or 30 hours of gameplay to grow a crop, like, I don't know. Okay, so let's fold this sprayer out and go check it now. So I fertilized it twice, seeing it's still only 50%. And growing, but not growing. It's snowy. Alright, well, whatever. Let's check this thing again. There's still no contracts here. So am I just supposed to sit here and let this thing run? Do I, like, try to go to sleep until it's a new month? Go play a different game? Like, I don't know. I go break out my Switch, and maybe I should do that. Plug that all up into here and play that. So what are we at? We're in January now, and we lost 216 in January. Let's see. So there's really nothing else to do, you know. We got this guy. He's plowing the field. We got this other guy. He's plowing this field. I can't even tell what he's done because it snowed. I think he's done all that. I think he's working his way that way, which we should be able to tell on here. It's 56%. So then I'll get 12K for that, but yeah, I don't know what else to do. So I guess I could talk about the trailer some more. Today I'm just going to be I got a light for the inside, and it has a switch on it, but I also bought a big old switch panel. I think it has 6 switches on it. I'm probably not going to use, you know, like one of them will go to the air compressor. And I did build this thing so that the box will open when it's down. So when it's down, it's kind of like a storage box. And like I'm planning on for now at least to throw the tent in there and maybe the fridge, unless I can come up with some sort of mount on the tongue, which is the eventual plan, to have a tongue fridge that'll be on the tongue of the trailer. But it might not happen by the time I go camping in 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't know. Here, you can watch this guy. I'll be back. some peaceful tractor noises there. So yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, I don't know. If the truck wouldn't have broke down, I would have a little more time to work on this trailer. But basically, I have to get that truck into a lot better state before I go trucking it across the state, you know. So, what does it need? It needs a fuel pump. There's some other stuff that I want to do to it that isn't necessary to go. So I'm just going to make a list, and I'm just going to start going through the list. Obviously, the fuel pump's going to be number one. I need to get the foam for the kids' beds that will be in the truck. So one of the beds is going to be easy. It's just on a flat piece over the middle seats. They fold down, then you have a flat area. Just put foam there, easy, right? A sleeping bag and a pillow, done. The other seat is going to be a lot harder. I'm going to have to cut the foam at a certain angle so that it sits on the seat at an angle but makes the bed flat, okay? And it has to go over the center console, and I don't even know if that's going to be comfortable. So the center console might get removed and customized, or I'll just build a new center console and stick it in there, which I was kind of thinking about doing anyways, to add in another small fridge there. So if I bought a little small fridge and put it there, and then instead of having a center console, you would have a fridge. I also want to develop or build something up there that will hold my phone. So my idea here is to modernize this truck to some extent. So the new trucks, they have a little area that you put your phone in that has the wireless charging just in it. And you just put your phone in there and it charges, and your phone just sits in there. So I was going to build one of those into it, but what does that mean? It's reserved for contract work. I'm not trying to do anything with it. I'm just looking at it. All right? Calm down, game. Anyway, so basically what I was thinking was I was just going to take apart the center console and cut it out and stick one of those charging things in it, and then I would just put my phone on it and it would just work, right? But if I end up deleting that center console, putting a new one in because of the bed, you know, then that wouldn't work. But I was planning on building a little sort of area, and it's hard to explain, but I have a CB in there and another radio. So if I put I need to build like a little mounting box system for those, because right now they're just on brackets on the dash, which works okay, but the angle that they're at, they kind of block the cigarette lighters. And so I was planning on redoing that whole system and then having like USB outs on it and cigarette lighter outs on it, obviously, and 110 outs. So if I needed to plug something in there, the Suburban's inverter system would be able to help me there. So, because you know, I'm gonna try to get 110 in the Suburban in little places, USB obviously in little areas where, you know, to charge devices and stuff. You know, the kids need their plugs for their stuff in the back seat. You know, get just stuff like that. Just like little stuff. Like I was going to try to do like an iPad camera system or something like that. Having another screen on the dash that had cameras, you know, like a backup camera maybe. That kind of stuff all needs to be done. But it's not necessary to go camping, you know. The tow switch in the truck is broken. The tow haul switch. It's like right now I just have two wires sticking out of the dash, and whenever I want to go to tow haul mode, I just touch them together. Like that could get fixed. But, you know, the e-brake probably needs to get fixed. You know, but the main things that need to happen is the fuel pump, which shouldn't be that difficult. That might take me a couple hours. And then, you know, maybe half a day. And then the oil leak exhaust leak and maybe the coolant leak. I don't know if that's internal to the engine or not though. I think I see coolant down there. That's the thing, but it's mixed with oil. And it's not mixing inside the engine. Okay, so like there's no mixed oil and coolant anywhere in the engine. I haven't done a gas test on the radiator to see if there's combustion gases in the coolant, which is possible. It's possible there's a little leak in the engine somewhere. It's a rebuilt engine, so who knows? And I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, if anything. Same thing with the lifter tick. I think I'm just going to run it and save my money and try to find another solution another day. It is what it is. I'm not pulling. I really do not want to pull this engine back out and send it back. I really don't want to warranty anything. I just don't want to deal with it. I just want it to work. If it lifter ticks and it works, I don't care, right? Maybe one day I'll get ambitious and rip that lifter out and shove another one in there. Whatever. Anyways, so I need to get the fuel pump, and basically the fuel pump and the bed situation are the big things that are keeping me from going, and then all the other little things I would like to do while it's there, because I'm going to jack it up pretty high in the air. So the oil leak needs to get fixed at that point. The oil leak is a problem. It doesn't leak very fast, but it can't. I don't want to run the thing low on oil. Eventually, I will become complacent. Okay, so I've been good at keeping up on it, making sure I did the first oil change. I made sure that everything was, that the oil hasn't run out, it's been topped off. You know what I mean? Which is not something I'm good at. I'm just not good at this maintenance stuff. But I know eventually I'll get complacent with it and I'll blow the engine again, or, I'll run it low on oil all the time or whatever. It's not good. So it needs to not leak. It can't leak it. It can't burn it. Some of this other stuff, like the coolant leak, it leaks so slow, or it burns so slow, whatever it's doing. If it's burning it's so slow that, I could daily drive the thing for 2 months and then it needs coolant. This truck isn't supposed to be daily driven. It's supposed to be an occasional drive and a camping truck. So that isn't a big deal. It's wherever it's leaking, it's got to be a pressurized leak, meaning it only leaks when it's warmed up under certain conditions, or it's burning it. So it's not going to sit there and just leak out in the driveway, right? It's only going to do it while I'm driving it. Once it gets into its desired state of, occasional use, I'll probably hardly ever fill the coolant once a year. It won't be a big deal. So I'm not as worried about that. But basically, I'm going to jack it up, replace the fuel pump, and then I'm going to clean the crap out of the underneath there and get rid of all the oil and everything off of it. And then I'm going to, obviously I'm going to fix the oil leak first and then get rid of all the oil, make sure it's all super clean. And I might even paint a lot of it while I'm under there, paint the frame and a lot of all that stuff, and then fix the exhaust leak. Those are the necessaries to get it done in 2 weeks. And if I can't do that, then I will, take the Tahoe maybe. And if we take the Tahoe, it's fine, because we just sleep in the back there, and it's a little bit shorter. So I can't get the kids in their bed areas that I was making in the Suburban. But we just throw them in the tent. And so I have this truck tent that attaches to the back of the Tahoe or the Suburban. What we were planning on doing is just kind of making that the kitchen. And maybe storage of some things, but maybe just put a little table in there, and the drawer system will pull out of the Suburban for the stove and that kind of stuff. It'll just be kind of a kitchen area. Maybe a place to eat if it rains or whatever, but mostly just a kitchen area. And then we could sleep in the truck. And if the kids want to sleep in there, if they'd rather sleep in the tent, then they could do that. But it was just a little tight last time. We'd put the fridge in there maybe, But it was a little tight last time to have the food in there and the kids sleeping in there. And so basically we had to clean up their beds every day, which kind of the goal would be here to have everything where it should be. That's why I wanted the rooftop pod thing, is to be able to put the kids in that. And then the truck would basically be mobile at any point. But for the way it is now, all we'd have to do is just throw some bedding in the back and then fold the seats up, and it will be mobile again. So it should still be ready to go, the thought there being that we aren't going to have four-wheelers. So if we wanted to go on a further ride, we could take the truck. That would be the idea there. Once we get e-bikes, they'll have a lot more range than the pedal bikes, and and then the other option here is that I just fix the truck and just take my toy hauler, register the four-wheelers that I have, take them, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think the four-wheeling days are just kind of maybe it'll be one trip a year where we go four-wheeling, or 2 trips a year, but they're just kind of, I think I'm just kind of done with it. I'd just rather be on an e-bike. It was, biking last time was surprisingly a lot better. Even the bad parts of it, we basically went down a hill into into a valley for 4 miles or something, and then we had to climb back out. And climbing back out, we were just, kind of new to our workout. I mean, I guess Maddie's been working out for a long time, but I was new to the workout idea, and so I was still doing it, but, our kid was not having the greatest time at times climbing those hills and stuff. He needed some, which is good. That's good for him. It's good for him to go out and see what he's able to do, and so that's kind of where it's all at. I do want him to still be riding four-wheelers. So, I got him a four-wheeler. We plan on fixing it up together and stuff like that. And so we've got to do that. But it is what it is. My rigs break, and I still want to be able to go camping even with a broken rig sitting at home. And so that's the point of this trailer, is to, I think I could tow it with my Prius, not in the state the Prius is in right now, because it's having issues. But kind of the long-term goals here are to fix the Suburban, obviously. The Prius is just, I don't know that I'm really going to bother with it. I might get some junkyard stuff for it. If the engine goes, I might get a junkyard engine and put it in. But it needs a battery. Or it will very soon. So I don't know if it's going to make it another year. And it's not, I've rebuilt the battery twice, but it's not that kind of breakage this time. I had a couple cells that just went bad, and so you can redo the cells, and I've done that. But with this thing, it's there's no obvious cell that is bad. It's it's all bad. Or I need a better way of diagnosing which cells are bad and fix them. But I don't know. So basically, I could do that. I could try to rebuild it again, but I'm just kind of done with it. I think the long-term goals are going to be to get the only thing the Tahoe needs is tires and air conditioning. So that should be doable. I just need to find out where the air conditioning is leaking, and then repair it and recharge it. Okay, so that shouldn't be a big deal. And the Suburban, everything works. It just needs what it needs, what I just said. So the car, sometimes it has a misfire. It will randomly idle rough. And so I swapped the coil packs around, and then it took it a couple weeks to do it again, and then it did it again, and I think the cylinder changed from cylinder 2 to cylinder 1, which is where I swapped the coil pack. So it may just need coil packs and plugs, which I'll do that and keep driving it, because the battery degradation code, it only comes once in a while, and I think it might have a grounding issue or something back there. So I could look into that because it did get water leaking in the back, and I wonder if that water caused like corrosion somewhere on a ground or rust on a ground that I need to look into. So maybe that's just a grounding issue. I don't know. Or it could be a bad 12-volt battery on that, or a clogged catalytic converter. It could be all this stuff because it burns oil now, and it has been for a while, and so the cat might be clogged. Anyways, but the goal is to kind of just run that Prius until it completely dies, and I'll probably just junk it and fix the Blazer. That's going to be my next big project. So I'm going to finish this trailer, finish the Suburban, and then the Blazer's going in the garage. And basically, I'm going to take my free money, what money I have left, and I'm just going to start throwing it at the Blazer until it is a running vehicle that doesn't leak. That's going to be the goal there too, because it has a lot of oil leak. It has a big oil leak. And the Tahoe has a little small oil leak too that should get fixed. But the Tahoe, it might be leaking out of the rear main seal or out of the oil drain plug. It's possible it's the oil drain plug on the Tahoe. The Blazer is leaking out of it has like the oil filter is separated. I don't know what they call that, but it's not on the block. There's like an extension with some hoses that go out to it. And I think it is leaking there. And it might be leaking other places too. I think it needs a new transmission. Again, I don't know how many transmissions I'm going to put in this thing. Apparently at least one more. Because it is just sat, and it sitting, I think, killed this transmission. So I might just take it out and go get it rebuilt. And then fix all the oil leaks. And that's going to be like $3,000. So I'm going to have to figure out how to pay for that. But, and in the meantime too, I might start the appliance business again to pay for that thing. And basically just, it is what it is. Maybe I could make it like a promotional tool for the appliance business. Like make it the appliance business's rig, And then that thing will need a lot to get cleaned up and fixed up. That's going to kind of like be the vehicle I'm going to try to like keep my entire life, and fix it up and just drive it. So, but it will probably replace the Prius for a while. And so that's kind of the plan there. And I don't know if I should start a business again or if I should just go get a better job, the higher paying job. Like I could go into other trucking avenues, even just with the license that I have. I wouldn't even need to necessarily get a different licensing. But I could do that too and just plan it out and do it, and then I can make a lot more money. So, yeah. That's kind of the idea. Let's see what contracts we have here again. It's got to save it. We still don't have any new contracts. This one says completed. But he's still doing it. We're watching him. He's got to do one more row, I think. Or should we just call it good? It's like weird that, I guess it's good that they just let him do like enough, but it seems like he should be able to do one more row, right? Anyway, so that's what I've got to get done. So this trailer really needs to be done today. And probably what I'm going to do right now in a minute here is I'll probably finish this contract and get off this game and go start installing lights. But, and there will be a whole video series on this trailer on my other channel, GFP. I've edited like the first episode, I guess. I don't know. I might just put it all in one episode. I might just do two. There is like two phases to this thing. Basically, in the middle there, at some point, I stopped filming because I ran into a big problem. And I don't know why I don't film at that point. I just stopped filming and I tried to solve the problem and then start filming again. And I should just film the whole thing, and I'm trying to get better at that. I don't know what the point of filming and editing this stuff is. It's a waste of time at this point. And maybe that's my problem, is my mindset is that it's a waste of time, and so I don't do it. But I've filmed lots of projects that I've done over the years and put them up, and some of them help people. And I guess that's really what I need to come down to, is it helps people. The appliance stuff helps people a lot more than anything else I've done. The most amount of help that I have been to the world, it seems, has been appliances. But I don't like doing it very much. I mean, I like fixing the appliances. I like working on them. I like filming it. I like editing those videos. All of that was great. I don't like dealing with customers. Like, every day you're basically, nobody trusts you. That they don't trust your work. They don't trust you. And like sometimes rightfully so, I mean, like, it happens where you fix a machine and it breaks again. It's just part of the deal. But it's not something that I did on purpose, intentionally, and I try to make it right whenever that happens. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're done now. So if we go into here and push square, we got our money. We got 10 grand for that, and the field is done. Did we get? Nope, still no more. So let's go to this guy, I guess. He's doing some sideways plowing for some reason. I don't know what happened there. What happened? And looks like the worker got fields bound. The worker got sick of working, I guess. Gave up. He quit. He was like, I quit. I guess it's a good thing we checked over here. Alright, now we're going again. Yeah, but I don't know what to... I don't always know exactly what to do. Just do what I can. Oh, I guess the reason he's going sideways is because I started him sideways. Because the field goes sideways down there. Should have started him at the top, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I'll just go out and start putting the lights on. So I think I'll start with the actual trailer lights itself. And then move on to the interior light. Probably today. And then the exterior lights, I got 2 solar powered sort of porch light things that I'm just going to screw on in some place or another. And then I bought a rain gutter thing to go over the door. That's coming today. I can finish plumbing the airlines, which that shouldn't be too long. I just need to put some T's in and mount a regulator, and that should all be functional. And then I need to buy wire, because I don't think I have enough wire. I need to mount and wire the switch panel. So inside of there, the switch panel I got has a 12-volt socket, so I can plug something into it. Like if I put the fridge inside the box, for now it might travel inside the box on our way to the camping, and then when we get there we take it out and put it in the tent with the Suburban, right? But I got a 12-volt socket to plug that into, and it has 2 USB ports on it too, and then 6 switches. So I'll need to mount that somewhere, and I might have to 3D print a box for it, which I'll probably do. I don't know if I made a video on that, but I have a switch panel in the Suburban that I designed a box for, 3D printed, and that turned out pretty good. This one is a lot bigger, so I don't know if I might have to do it in like 2 pieces, which is also something I've been thinking about doing a lot lately, is like building things in pieces, because I only have like 240 millimeter build plate or something like that. So if I build it in 2 pieces to where it like locks together, or bolts together somehow or something, like I could do that to build a bigger box on a smaller build plate, like 3D print 4 sides that lock together somehow. So I could do that, and basically once the wiring is done and the plumbing's done, I can put the last deck board on. And what else? Then there's just a little bit of paint and install the toilet. And I should be able to install the toilet today as well. And so after all of that is done, I should be able to do all of that this weekend. Then the only thing that will be left is to either, and probably what I'll end up doing is just putting the batteries I have in it and the solar. And then if I can do all that this weekend, or maybe Monday at the latest, then I'll start driving it to work and back. Except I don't know how I'm going to do that. I guess I'll just clean the garage and get the Suburban in, and I might have to, I don't know. It's hard because with the car, the problem with the Prius is maybe I'll just tow it to work and back with the Prius. It is a little big for the Prius. The other trailer is smaller, and so it's a little easier to tow with the Prius, but I might just do it anyways and see how it goes. The other thing is this thing's going to have a lot more tongue weight than the other trailer. And I don't know if the Prius is going to be able to handle that or what. And I can't, the Tahoe I'm trying to give to the wife because the car is having the issues that it's having. So maybe what I'll do is basically the car works great until you get on the freeway. So if she doesn't have to go anywhere on the freeway, like a lot of times she just needs to go to the library and back or the store because she's homeschooling the kids. So on the days, well, we'll just have to do this. On the days that she needs to go somewhere with the freeway, I'll take the car to work, and she can take the Tahoe. And on the other days, I'll take the Tahoe and tow the trailer around. Or I'll just tow it around in other time. I don't know. Maybe I won't tow it to work. Maybe I'll just go tow it around and see how it goes. But I need to get it to a state to where I can tow it around. So basically, today, I need to get all the lights done. And probably even the solar on the roof. And, what, did you quit again? Why are you quitting? It's not completed. Look at all that. Come on, dude. I'm trying to get paid. Maybe I need to start going the other direction. See, this is what I was talking about. You have to set your worker up correctly on these fields because it will do weird things like this. Like the contract isn't done, is it? It just says active still. So yeah, so if I can get all of that stuff in today and then get it to the point that it can be wired to those other batteries, and I'll just throw those in it for now, then I'll research what battery I need to buy. I'll even ask my dad because he's got one. I don't know what one he bought though, right? So figure that out. I'm going to try to put 100 amp hours in it of lithium, and I think it's the iron one, whatever, the LiFePO4, something like that. And I already have 2 of those batteries that I built a little remote control wagon that I was using for soccer. And so I'm just going to rob them off of that project because that project hasn't been used in a season or two, partly because, you know, we want the workout of dragging the wagon, and partly because it's just not working well. Like if I have the batteries at too low of a voltage, it works. So it probably just needs smaller batteries. So I'm going to have to do this whole field because this AI is not going to do it. That sucks. I'll just keep hiring the worker, I guess, and see if he eventually figures it out. So, I mean, maybe I could put, like, RC car batteries on it instead, and maybe it wouldn't be such a high capacity that it pushes too much voltage, because it pushes too much voltage into the motor controller. The other thing that I might do is put different motors on it and see what that does. But I think it's just an issue with the motor controller. It, for whatever reason, just wigs out every once in a while. So, I don't know. I think I tried to get a new motor controller, and I can't remember why that didn't work. I don't know. So, it's whatever, you know. And basically what I need to do with that project is just rewire it so that there's no remote control part to it. I put the kid in it and he drives it like a Power Wheel. You know what I mean? Just be like, okay, go drive. And we rigged it up to a trailer hitch so it can tow our other wagon. So he could basically just get in it and drive it to the field, towing the other wagon, and that would work. But once again, it's like, is that something that we want to do? Is that good? Shouldn't we be working out, and take these opportunities to work out instead of just having convenience? So that project's kind of dead in the water. So I don't know as far as my mental state, and I just don't want to do it, And then I have all this other stuff to do, so I just need to get it all done, get the Blazer fixed, get the Tahoe fixed, get the Suburban fixed, and let the car die, probably. It's trashed anyways, so who knows? I don't know, or maybe fix it. Maybe try to find a battery, I don't know if I could find a wrecked one to drag home and steal all the crap off it. I don't know. I know I don't want a new car. That's what I know. But, it is what it is. I'm going to have to sit here and babysit this thing till it's done, I guess. I guess I could just start doing it. Okay, go away, worker. Let's see. Okay, how do I lower circle? Maybe I'll just do it and then I don't have to like turn around and stuff and just start driving in a circle. Because you could do this differently. Like they just do it straight like that, but you don't necessarily have to. I think you can just kind of drive around the edges. I don't know if what difference it makes as far as the actual farming, but you can just kind of turn, like this AI worker. Maybe it'll be faster. I don't know. Maybe it won't. Then when we get up to this part, we'll just turn like that all the way. Perfect. See that? It's like I know how to drive or something. Like I drove a thing or two. I drove trucks. Anyways. So that's what I'll do today. I'll try to get everything installed, wired, and solar on the roof. Which for that's going to be the next hard part, because I think I want to put on like those E-track things, or they're not E-tracks, they're like conduit hanging track or something. I don't even know. Electricians use them for different things. For plumbers maybe. They just kind of mount to the wall, and then basically you can just like mount things to them. And I just put my solar panels on it, because then you can add panels, take them off, and I do plan on adding another panel. So I could put this panel on one way, then later when I buy the other panel, I can just take this one and reconfigure it without putting new holes in the roof. You just put the holes in once to mount the tracks, and then you can seal them up or whatever, and then you can orientate your panels or reinstall them. Hey, it's not winter anymore. Yay, what is it, February now? Oh, it still says it's January over there. So, who knows? But I'm just going to have to do the rest of this all manually. Oh, I messed that one up, didn't I? Didn't turn fast enough. So anyways, yeah, so that's what I'll do. So if I can get all that stuff done today, which might be possible because I won't have kids today. I got to do all the soccer. Then they go to a birthday party. Then they got to go to grandma's. And so tonight, where I would normally be, whose wage did I pay? Maybe I only pay the workers. I don't pay them while they're working, I guess. But tonight, where I would usually have to watch kids, I don't have to. So I can get a lot of stuff done, I think. Basically just knock all of these installs out to the point of where they just need to be wired and battery. Wired and battery. Because it needs to have a battery to run it all, because basically this corner is getting tighter. That's part of the problem. They need to have a battery because the air compressor needs to be able to run. Oh, that's the other thing too, is the little safety shutoff valve that came with that thing leaks. So I'm really trying really hard to not have any leaks in this air system. I would really like it to just be able to be leak free. So when I go, it just sits there and it holds air. You know, if it does leak, the air compressor will eventually turn on, but I want it to be like a long time. You know, I only want it to turn on to use the air. And so I will have it hooked up to a switch, so when we do get to camping, I'll be able to turn it off. But I want to be able to turn it off and have it sit there and hold air. That way it doesn't turn on while we're sleeping or something. I mean, which wouldn't be a big deal. It will just turn itself off, and it is what it is, you know, like, but, yeah. Oops, missed a spot. Missed a little spot. There goes the train. Hauling nothing. Because I haven't filled it with anything. But whatever. Missed some more little spots. See, this is why I like to have the AI do it. Because I don't know what I'm doing. You know? Like, look at this. Who farms like that? I'm not really, like, good with plants, you know? Or, like, I can't even grow grass. Really. I don't know if we should come get this little spot here. I didn't drop it fast enough. Probably just do this contract and then go start working on that, and then go to soccer games. And yeah, later today I'll go buy that E-Track stuff and maybe some wire. I don't know. I was buying wire on Amazon, but I don't like to do that anymore because I keep getting, like, I cannot figure out. I mean, well, I could, but I get it's just not right. You know, you got the CCA these days, which is super popular for some reason. Probably because copper's so expensive. Why is copper so expensive? I live next to, like, the largest copper mine in the freaking world. You know, like, you can see the thing from space. And copper's so expensive. Explain that to me. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, so that's what I gotta do. Get some good, like, 10 gauge wire. I think I'm just gonna run 10 gauge to the air compressor. But it came with a good wire, so I don't even know if I'll have to do that. But I'll probably need some 16 gauge for LED lights, right? Something like that. I don't know. So I'll probably just get a thing at 16 gauge, I guess. I might have some 10 gauge around somewhere, but I don't know where. I need to get my garage organized and cleaned and stuff. But it's another thing that it's another blind spot I'm not very good at. It's cleaning the garage. Like, I keep this room pretty clean. It's still cluttered in areas with, like, a lot of stuff that we don't use very often, but like, I do have plans eventually to use it, or we use it sometimes. Like, some of these mic stands that take up space, we, you know, may use eventually for something, you know, stuff like that. Like, there's a speaker stand over there that I haven't really used in a while, but it is useful when you know, sometimes I put the speaker on it, the big old powered speaker. So I don't know. It's just stuff like that. It's like clutter. Same thing with the garage. It's just, I mean, the garage is just stuff I need to throw away. There's just so much stuff in there that just needs to get just gone. Just throw it away and move on, you know. Same thing. Like, there's a lot of appliance parts still out there, but I just, like, can't necessarily make up my mind with what I want to do. I should just go do it, you know. But I would rather build a trailer. I need to fix all my cars, and that stuff takes time. Oh, I missed it. Let's see if we can kind of get this little row here. Almost. We need like one more pass on that little row. You know, it takes time, it takes energy. It's like I'm still working full time, you know, on top of all this stuff and trying to raise kids. So there's a lot. It's always a lot. Okay, last pass for the over here. But yeah, I think I should be able to get kind of all this stuff installed today. Maybe not the solar. The solar might have to be tomorrow. But I should be able to get it, because the only other things that there are is just trailer, like brake light, trailer lights, you know, interior and exterior, like, you know, porch light, that sort of thing, and the interior light. Oh, and then the vents. But the problem with the vents, I'm going to wait on the vents because I kind of want to be able to close it off. Because here's what I don't want. It's going to be sitting in the yard. I don't want the vent to be open for like 6 months to the point that it can just become like a wasp nest. You know what I mean? Or a spider factory or whatever. Like, like I know it's not going to be fully enclosed off, and spiders could get in there anyways. Spiders aren't that big a deal. Like, I know how to kill a spider easy. The wasps, though, they leave their home. It's like with a spider, you just wipe off its web or whatever. Wasps are not good, though, and we get them. So, so I want to be able to completely close the vent. I want it to be sealed off, because that's going to be the only area that, really something could get into. There, obviously, spiders find their way into these little cracks and crevices of everywhere, right? Like, it's not going to be that well sealed, but it might be. They might not go in there. So, I don't know what to do fully about that, but okay, is that good enough? Completed. And there's really no new things anyways, so whatever. I'm wondering if I should just like leave this thing on and let it run to get to some better state, because I don't think this is grown yet, is it? Yeah. I think I'm just going to let this run. I'm just going to like sit here and just let it run while I go do my thing. It'll eventually turn itself off, but I'll at least get those hours in it to get some more contracts or whatever else. So yeah, I'm going to end it here. I'm just going to go work on the trailer, I guess. Get those lights installed, solar, all the electrical, finish the plumbing of the airlines and all that kind of stuff. And then, this week we'll be testing on that thing, clean the crap out of the garage, get the Suburban in there, and start ripping into that thing. So yeah, thanks for watching.